잠깐 앉으세요.
앉을까요?
이쪽에 잠깐 앉으세요. 가운데. Okay, thank you so much. Let's give a big hands to 이수만 선생님 again.
Superpower to give the water, to control the water.
So, we are at the heart of Silicon Valley. And what you're saying today sounds very familiar. Ecosystem, right? Creativity, right? And then innovation, and then future, and so on. So I think it's a very rare opportunity for us to have him on the stage. So actually we began a little late, so we're gonna spend maybe 15 more minutes. So I'm gonna invite Professor Kwon to make brief comments, and then he graciously agreed to take a few questions. Okay, so if you have a question, come to the microphone. But then, oh my God. But let's hear from Professor Kwon first.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be asked to give a response to Isuman's keynote address. I'll try to keep it short today. He's a visionary. Without him, there is no K-pop. Many of the things we've lauded K-pop for over the course of this conference, its global reach, the combination of visuals and music, and the strong bonds between artists and fans are the result of his vision. He is responsible for K-pop bands, Girls' Generation, SHINee, and of course EXO, among many others that have led the way. But most impressive, he never stops thinking about the future. And not just 1 year in the future, but 10, 20, 100 years into the future. So given the bands I just mentioned, he could have rested on his laurels and kept on producing the same kind of band, the same kind of music, but he continues to innovate. Groups such as NCT, Super M, Girls on Top, and aespa offer imaginative new concepts, member formations, and music. K-pop is not stable, but continues to be reinvented again and again. So this is not the first time he has spoken at Stanford. In 2011, I believe, he gave a speech at the Graduate School of Business. And when I watched this speech on YouTube to prepare for today, I was astonished to realize that he had not only predicted, but in a way created the media culture we're living in today. Silicon Valley usually gets credit for this, but the meaning of technology always resides in how people use it. That's where the real impact happens. So in 2011, when he spoke about culture first, economy second, it seemed like a distant dream, but today we see it's a reality. Hearing him talk about this new era of SM, the metaverse, NFTs, and play to create, is like looking into the future, so I hope everyone here was listening carefully. I was really excited to hear him mention Joseon Dynasty pottery, because I was like, finally, something that is related to what I study. And it's actually a great parallel to K-pop. Joseon Dynasty pottery, they're porcelain vessels known for their subtle beauty, achieved through technological innovation. Joseon Dynasty pottery was first produced by kilns that belonged to the court solely for imperial use. But soon regional kilns popped up over Korea and actively began producing this pottery for the middle class. In other words, while the technology originated with the imperial elite, it was soon adopted and then taken up by a broad public who reinvented and redefined it. So in responding to his visionary speech, I would say that I'm excited to see what all of you do with the world that is being built. Because I think all of us on the stage agree the fans are what makes K-pop special. And ultimately, I believe that you have the power to make this world that's coming whatever you want. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we don't have much time. So I think in the first round, I'm going to take 4 questions, so 2 from each row. And once again, limit your question to 30 seconds or less. Okay, so go from this side. Just a question, okay? Yeah. Well, maybe we can go then this one first.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is this one on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Cyan. I'm a senior in immersive design. I'm going to be studying culture, technology, experience design next year with Kaisen in London. So I'm really interested. Thank you for talking today. Yesterday we spoke about the Korean Wave panel and the importance of connection, and today you also talked a lot about the concept of prosumer. I'm really curious to hear more about the future vision for the connection between fans and idols. Fans love stories as much as they love the content, and so what will that relationship look like? And how will the move towards blockchain for recreation of content maintain a level of personal and professional separation and protection for current idols as we build a increasingly connected and co-owned future? Sorry, that was kind of fast.
네, 저 이제 프로슈머에 대해서 좀 여쭤보고 싶은데요. 이제 팬하고 아이돌 사이의 관계가 이제 앞으로 어떻게 발전하게 될지, 그리고 이제 블록체인 언급을 많이 하셨는데 그 이제 그 아이돌 개인과 이제 사업 이런 거 관련해서 그런 거 분리를 어떻게 유지할 것인지 좀 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Okay. So, ask one
Right.
question, okay?
Okay. Yesterday, Angela Cloran from CJNM mentioned that community building, or from a marketing perspective, community building within fandoms and the metaverse will be the next frontier. And as Yuswan Sonsing mentioned, SM is clearly leaning into that through the SMCU passport and aespa's origin story and beyond live concerts. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on the disparity between your main consumer group, which are young audiences who have expressed widespread concern and some resistance to the climate impact of related technologies such as NFTs and crypto. And okay, thank you.
이제 이제 공동체를 활성화시키는 노력을 SM이 많이 하고 있는데 이제 일각에서 NFT나 이제 크립토나 이런 거가 그 환경 쪽으로 좀 안 좋은 영향이 끼칠 수도 있다. 근데 이제 주된 그 소비층인 그 젊은 사람들 이런 이슈에 많이 관심을 가지고 있는데 그 문제에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시나요?
Hola SUHO, hola SM Lee. So my name is Geraldine, Stanford alumni in computer science. So SM Lee, today you've spoken a lot about NFTs and Web3. You have also highlighted the importance of culture first. Do you believe there is also space within the future of K-pop to discuss important global issues that will impact culture such as climate change? Thank you.
오늘 연설에서 NFT나 웹 3.0이나 이런 기술에 대해서 언급을 많이 하셨는데 이제 앞으로 K-팝에서 기후 변화와 같은 중요한 이슈들을 이제 K-팝에서 어떻게 다룰 것인지, 다룬다면 어떤 형태로 다룰 것인지 좀 말씀해 주실 수 있으면 감사하겠습니다.
I have to create one Superman. Not you.
Okay, one more. Yeah, then.
To make it
안녕하세요.
clean.
이수만 선생님. I was worried about saying
Oh,
생성님 instead. Sorry. I wanted to ask you what the biggest hurdle you have found in your career is. And I also wanted to ask you to please not forget about Latin America when you're planning anything for the future, because Latin America is not just Mexico. I am Mexican, but it's not just Mexico. And to the future CEO of SM, not my words, direct quote. I wanted to ask you if you are happy with how the fans address you, like if you want to be SUHO 선생님, if you want to be SUHO oppa, if you like what you want to be. And I wanted to ask you if there's something that we do as fans that you don't like if you want us to know something that we should stop doing. Thank you.
일단 우선 이제 앞으로 투어나 이런 계획하실 때 그 중남미, 라틴 아메리카, 이제 멕시코뿐만이 아니라 라틴 아메리카를 조금 더 와주셨으면 하는 바람이 있고요. 그리고 일단 두 가지 질문인데요. 그 커리어에 있어서 이제 몇십 년 동안 이제 이 분야에서 일을 하셨는데 가장 큰 장애물이 무엇이라고 생각하셨는지, 그리고 지금 이제 팬들이 이제 아티스트나 SM이나 이제 선생님이 이렇게 대할 때 이건 좀 그만했으면 좋겠다, 아니면 이렇게 우리를 대하지 않았으면 좋겠다 생각하시는 것이 있으신지 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
이거 두 번째 거 저 같은
그 요약하셔가지고 편하신 것만 말씀하시면 될 것 같아요.
So is gonna answer. What you ask.
I'll tell you first. I think it's really recreatable tool. Recreatable, yeah. So you can call me anything, SUHO or Junmyeon, Oppa, but don't call me as a 선생님 because
There's only one 선생님.
only one 선생님. Yeah. He. Yeah, 선배님. 선배님. Yeah. Whatever
Okay,
you
it's
want.
good.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Don't call him 선생님.
Yeah, don't call me.
It's only me.
Yeah.
Only one 선생님.
So in Mexico, maybe so we're gonna build the SM entertainment in every country soon. So maybe in Latin, maybe it's gonna be built in Mexico. So we're gonna build in within 2 years. So we're trying. So that's what I want to say. And stop doing what? So when they had a concert in the Latin. They had a concert in it's videotaped by KBS TV. Then they videotaped this. KBS is being run by government. So kind of a little restriction is so many restrictions. So EXO is final, Disney final. Then everybody is crazy about it. Wow! So that's the last song. Only one song. So stop. Then everybody encore. There was no song to sing anymore. The encore bunny, also the producer came out on the stage and we're gonna re-record one more. But you have to watch out. You should stop doing that. So what? Because we videotaped when everybody throws the underwear. Don't do that. Or bra. Don't throw it up to because as you see, don't do it. Okay, so because they showed the underwear in the face, so we cannot broadcast it. So they did it again. So everybody is crazy about that. Then throw it on. So do it again. So it was a very hard time for KBS TV producers. It's a funny thing.
It's a real story.
So I'm gonna make a Superman to control the climate. Okay, so sure, why not? We can do it, anything. What else?
Okay, so let me take one more round, then maybe it. So very quickly, just one question. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so hi, I'm Wei Yidong, and I'm a master student of University of Pennsylvania, and I'm a 10-year fan of EXO. So during this 10 year, I have a lot of questions to Mr. Lee actually. So the question is that now the sales of album is really high than before. So now today we have some GC version, this album is really cheap, but I think it's not that good inside because there are low quality and it's just have few pages of photos. And is that just for to improve the sales, or there have some other means of this album?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Lorene. I'm a graduate student, and my question is about parasocial relationships. So I am a fan of K-pop and an XOL, and I have seen the ways in which artists appreciate fans, and in return, fans offer emotional and financial investment. Sometimes I fear that investment goes too far. So as methods of communication between artists and fans continue to intensify and become more sophisticated, how can artists and fans maintain a healthy boundary with each other? Thanks.
제가 아티스트와 팬 사이 여러 가지 관계 형성이 되고 서로 주고받고 하는 게 많아지고 있는데 특히 SNS가 활성화되면서 이게 너무 경계가 없어지고 너무 과해진다는 느낌이 들 때도 있는데 그런 이제 건강한 팬과 이제 아티스트의 관계를 어떻게 유지하면 좋을지 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Okay, quickly. Yeah.
Okay, speak in two language. 안녕하세요. 스탠퍼드 대학교 온라인 교육 교수 설계자 최지홍이라고 합니다. 우선 제 아버지께서 이수만 선생님께 많은 영향을 받으셨다고 종종 이야기를 들어서 이렇게 직접 만나뵙게
나쁜
되어서
영향 아니면 좋은 영향?
좋은 영향입니다.
둘 다.
좋은 영향, 많고 좋은 영향입니다.
Good affection or bad?
그래서 K-팝이 인기가 많아져서 한국이라는 나라가 많이 알려져서 정말 매우 반갑고 좋습니다. 옛날에 한국 사람이 이제 한국이 어딘지도 모르고 한국이라 해도 북한을 많이 알고 있어가지고 사람들이 이제 문화를 알고 이제 언어를 알게 되어서 되게 반가운데요. 혹 앞으로의 K-팝 영향에 대한 방향성의 계획이 있으신지요? 예를 들면은 이제 사람들에게 잘못 알려져 있는 한국의 음식이나 옷, 문화, 역사들에 대해서 교육까지는 아니고 뭐 다시 정정한 방향이나 아니면 뭐 앞으로 K-팝이 어떤 식으로 긍정적으로 한국 문화에 대해서 영향 어떻게 미칠지 궁금합니다. 그리고 그것에 대해서 어떤 계획이나 생각이 있으신지요? So for English.
No, it's okay. She has to translate. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so just to translate this for the audience, so K-pop has become very popular around the world. People now recognize South Korea when before they would think of North Korea first. And I was thinking if you had any thoughts or plans about the direction of influence that K-pop will have in the future. Say maybe let the world know about say Korean food or Korean history and whatnot. So what thoughts do you have in this regard?
Okay, so you got a final question.
Hi, my name is Jenny Lee. I had a question about the metaverse because it's my first time hearing about it actually. But this metaverse seems to actually describe a unique entity that's actually unlike its predecessors. And so should this be interpreted as an alternative avenue of consuming culture? Because the more I hear about what you've been speaking of, it actually sounds more like we're creating a whole new society. And so would that, like, how do you plan on extending that and basically sandboxing it to become consumable to the people you are catering to?
이게 메타버스에 대해서 언급을 많이 하셨는데 지금 연설에서 표현하신 내용은 이게 아이디 문화를 소비하는 한 가지의 통로로 이해가 되는데 사실 메타버스는 다른 세상을 하나를 완전히 만들겠다는 거잖아요. 이제 그거랑 이제 소비하는 거랑 관계를 어떻게 생각하시는지 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
메타버스는 여러분들이 생각하는 거하고 저하고 좀 다를 수도 있을 거예요. 근데 메타버스 is the real world and another world. So another world I call it sometimes the metaverse or virtual. So virtual and real world. So I call the real world physical metaverse. So metaverse and physical metaverse will be the entire world for me. So there is no discretion. I mean, it's not too much different because so from now on, maybe 2030, so up to 2045 is a singularity year. So AI is going to be being developed very fast. So 2030, maybe AI brain like a human being, more than human being, they can develop something more than so what we are imagining now. Suppose so like maybe AI brain will find wormhole, and they're gonna make the AI brain. They're gonna make a kind of the prince, the little prince as a novel. So they're gonna make a kind of a little prince planet in the sky, not Elon Musk planet. It's different. So they can make it, but we spend too much time on that. But they're gonna find and they're gonna make it. So what we are imagining, or we cannot even imagine. So physical world will be same as metaverse, and so metaverse and physical metaverse is a virtual and real world, like a physical world is like no difference. It's a kind of a simulation to each other. So if you do something, so it's called mirroring to like a virtual metaverse. But so we don't have to spend much time on something not valuable. So like if we imagine, we can do it in the virtual. So like then we can do it mirroring into physical world. Sure. So it will develop so fast. So even you cannot imagine. So maybe what what we have to do. So there's nothing, we're going to lose our jobs. No. We can enjoy our lives, so play to create. We do it at the same time, just so culture or music or something like that. So we can enjoy our lives, so more than comparing to the other past. So maybe more and more we can enjoy our lives. I hope so. The other way, maybe something dark side, sure. So and so you don't have to talk about so dark side of Korean the K-pop. So in Korean saying like we say like this is a kind of a funny thing, but so narrow number. So if I do something so to the kind of a relationship with a girl, it's a romance. But if the other guy has a romance with the other girl, if we call it so like a bullion. What is it? Affair. So yeah, so bad affair or an illegal affair. So don't say us or don't say K-pop. It's a illegal something. So everybody also should understand that we have to embrace what is always is not right. Always is not wrong. So you have to find the right thing in the other human beings. So that's the humanity. So be the love. Okay? Be humble and be the love. Don't judge.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I know we have many more questions, but we have to give him a reason to come back. So he'll come back to answer other questions, right? Promise?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
If you, whatever you say.
Okay, thank you so much. Big hands.
Thank you very much. I love you all.
Okay,
so wait a minute. So there are don't go to the chair. So there are line who wanna make a question. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you a present. So go over there. So.
Okay, 회장님 조금만 잠깐만 클로징 막 하는 말 하고. Just one minute.
클로징 하시다.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. It has been great day and a half to talk about K-pop and North Korea and celebrating 20th anniversary of our program. So now we may have to call Korea program as a K program. And then I really appreciate our honored guests, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and also Isman 선생님, and other speakers, and our donors and sponsors. It's a really honor for me. I feel really humbled to get so much support and interest. So, there are a lot of things happening with our K program, so please come to our website and hopefully you can join us again. So this will end the celebration of our Korea program this time, and hopefully I can see you all again. Thank you so much, and 감사합니다.
Do you want us to keep standing in line?